How you doing?
Hi, I'm well and you.
I'm doing well. You've been keeping busy.
I've been doing what I'm supposed to do.
I know that's right. I mean, you performed at the Black Music Moguls brunch. You
Yeah.
killed that TLC performance.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Heard you did your thing at the Milk and Cookies concert,
Yeah, yeah.
and then you graced the cover Rolling Out as well.
Yes, I did. Yes,
I
I
know.
did.
How you feeling about everything?
Very blessed. I'm very thankful. Things have been happening like quickly, so I'm really happy, that I'm keeping my head on straight while all other things are happening.
Keep your head on straight.
Yeah.
You get distracted easily or something like that?
No, you don't get distracted easily. You just, anxiety, being overwhelmed, like regular folk things, you know. If a lot is on your plate, like you have to be cognizant of knowing how to digest that effectively, actually execute it, and then make sure that your regular life is still together. And waking up in the morning, make sure you drink tea. Got to make sure your voice is together, because you never know when the next opportunity is. It's just keeping your head on straight. It's like balance.
Yeah.
I'm learning now that I'm not good at it, but I'm doing a good job at kind of getting good at it.
You sound very good at it. I mean, that was a very well put together answer. So
Thank you.
Meeting you for the first time, I would just assume off that answer you have great time management skills. No.
My mom's a Virgo. My best friend Taryn's a Virgo. I'm a Scorpio. So
Ooh.
It's like I feel like God placed people who have great time management and who have great who are poignant and strategic. He placed those people in my life so I can learn from them. But I don't have that trait all the way together. That's one thing I really need to work on. But, as long as I have people who care about me who are really good at it, then I should be good.
That's a smart thing. That allows you more time to be creative.
Yes.
So you've been doing music for a minute, and you hit so many pockets. At 16, you performed on Broadway in the SpongeBob musical. I didn't even know SpongeBob had a musical.
Yeah, sure did. It had a musical. It was a great stepping stone in my life. I was young, and I still get a little embarrassed about it, but
Why?
it's almost like, you go to the cookout and your parents say, "What's that dance that?"
Oh, you had a SpongeBob dance?
No. It's just, you look back at photos and you're like, dang, I really played Pearl. I was in 6-inch platforms, foam platforms that were molded to my feet, made in Italy, first and foremost. I still have those platforms. But I was real tall in them platforms, stumping around with an afro that was kind of made in the shape for me to look kind of like a whale. It's just a little embarrassing, but I'm never not thankful for the opportunity that came to me. It's just, you look back at the photos and it's like a different person.
But you was
not
on
the same
Broadway
girl.
though.
Yeah, I was on Broadway, and I'm very thankful, but it just wasn't the field for me.
I feel you. How long did you do that for?
What was that, like a year and a half? I mean, I had been doing Broadway since I was in high school. Well, not Broadway. I've been doing music theater since I was in high school. But that show lasted for I think a year and a half. It went through Tony's, and then COVID happened literally the year after, and we made it. We left New York to come back home literally that year, I think. Yeah, right before COVID happened, we came back home in the nick of time. And I was in Georgia. I was not in New York anymore.
Got you. So music theater, is that really how you got started in music, or was it something else?
Yes. So first and foremost, I was a loud child, and I needed some way to expel my energy. My mom put me into extracurricular activities, and one of the programs was called Youth Ensemble of Atlanta, and it was this ensemble, and we talked about political issues, social issues. They had these little small kids talking about global warming and stuff like that. So we were performing, and that's technically in a way of music theater, because a lot of the people who were in this after-school program actually did some huge things. Baby Tate was in Youth Ensemble of Atlanta.
Oh, wow.
Keenan Thompson was in it, because he also went to Tri-Cities. I went to Tri-Cities for high school.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Tri-Cities High.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. So that extracurricular activity was technically like music theater. It also taught me how to write then as well. But that going to music theater in high school, then that's where we did Dream Girls. We won the Schuler Awards and swept. We swept the Schuler Awards. Then we went on to do the Nationals, Jimmy Awards. I was engulfed in music theater for a very long time. So by the grace of God, I ended up being on Broadway. But music theater has been a very big part of why I do the music that I do now. I'm realizing that now as someone whose frontal lobe is now connected. I'm putting all the pieces together.
Gotcha. So it's coming full circle now.
It's coming full circle, yes.
Understood. So you talked about, growing up in Atlanta. How did like being in the city influence you, especially your music? Or did it at all?
No, it did.
Okay.
But it more so influenced me with the musicians. Like when during the middle of shows, I would like sit in the audience in my high school, the auditorium, and I would listen to the people in the orchestra play and rehearse the songs that they were going to be playing. So I was hearing these Southern boys like play the trumpets and brass instruments and all this other stuff. Also with that being said, like drill team, like folks who was in the band, who was on the drum line, like just hearing the different timbres and how they would play, it made sense. It was like, okay, like I understand why I like these type of songs, or that I can relate to this type of music, or that's why I felt like Beyonce's Homecoming was really pivotal. Like even though it was very like monumental for like African Americans, it's just the music was Southern, and I think the Southernness of my high school and the Southernness of the things around me. Like my mom was one of the first interns turned into like creative director at So Def.
Okay,
so,
Mom. Yeah.
And so I've been around it. It's very Southern for me. You know what I mean? And so there was no reason for my music to not be Southern. It's impacted me in so many ways. Like it's almost like going to sleep at night and then getting back up. It's supposed to happen. So yeah.
Well, you had a very cool, I guess, Atlanta moment when you performed at the Black Moguls brunch.
Yes.
You got to be a part of the TLC tribute, which I still think about. I was hosting that event, by the way. Shameless plug. But remind me the song that you did.
Waterfalls.
That's right, because that's the one that everybody like got up off their feet. And even you had Tip singing in the front row. Talk about like how that whole thing came together and what you were feeling, because Chili was sitting right there in the front row, and she was like looking at y'all like, all right, let me see if y'all gonna hit these pockets.
We was cooking with grease. How did it come together, and how did I feel? It came together by the grace of God. A friend wanted me to be a part of it, and he's been hell-bent on getting me in front of people that I need to be in front of. So he's been like plugging me into different things, and I was very thankful for that. But then when we got there, I knew a couple of the girls. Alex Vaughn, I was on tour with her, with Ari Lennox, and so she was performing as well. And so the feeling was very like homey, like we all were more so depending on each other for the energy that we provided to the audience. So it felt like a community thing between us backstage so that we could give our best, It was fun. I think the nerves happened before. But for some reason, when I go on a stage, I not necessarily black out, but I'm not the same person. So the nerves are with the girl that was about to hit the stage, and now on the stage is a different girl. So I didn't feel too anxious. I didn't feel too clammy. I mean, my hands don't really clam up, but I didn't feel any weirdness, and usually that is a thing for me. I'll get in my head a little bit, but that performance felt very natural. It felt good. It felt like I could depend on, the girls that I was up there with.
It was amazing. And you may have had the hardest one because you had the rap dynamic with it as well. You and Malibu Mitch had to perform together. It's not
she's
like
so funny.
Yeah, it's not like you guys are a duo or have like performances together. Was that probably your first time performing with her, I would assume?
First time performing with her, and it was almost as if we had been performing with each other 50 times over. Like, she's so nice, very sweet. Everybody knew what we was coming there to do, and it even made it better that everybody had sweet personalities, good people overall. The whole place was good. Like, the staff was good, food not so much.
Yeah, we're not gonna get into that. I would have to agree with you. Shout out to the Gathering Spot. I love them.
Yeah, shout out to the Gathering.
I don't know who the chef was that day, but it wasn't the usual chef.
It wasn't the usual chef.
Yeah, it wasn't him. I saw you talk to Chili after.
Yeah.
What was that conversation
She's
like?
just sweet. Like, you can tell she's been in the business for a very long time. She had a lot of insight. She just looks like she's went through, music itself, and it was kind of surreal standing next to somebody that you technically would stalk on YouTube for a little bit. So it was cool. It was nice. I got my photo. I don't know if I'm gonna post it because my lash is like doing a thing in the photo. So it's like
You can edit that out.
I could edit it out. I could
They
edit
got
it out.
a bunch of fancy filters for that.
Yeah, they sure do. I'm gonna edit it out and post it. But she was so nice. She smelled good too. She did.
You are a very accomplished songwriter as well. You've worked, not only toured with Ari Lennox, but you've worked with her, you worked with Sir. What's that process like? I always like to ask songwriters, how do you make the determination of a song that you keep for yourself or a song that you end up just saying, you know what, I think that sounds good with so-and-so?
A song that you keep for yourself and a song that, well, honestly, that hasn't really happened for me. I've only been in the rooms writing with them.
Okay, well, what's that process like? Especially because I've been in some camps, and sometimes it can be really cool, and then sometimes it's like 50 people in there, and you like, yo, what the hell is going on? And
like, it didn't make no sense for you to be there.
Right, exactly. And everybody writes one word, or I need a credit on that.
And everybody's competing to get a word, or that is not something that I aspire to do ever again.
Right.
But writing for people it feels good. Writing for Ari is a breeze because I feel like we relate in a way. Like, our personalities feel very similar, and so when we write, it's almost as if I'm writing for myself. She could hit the notes, so why not write something that hits the notes? You know what I mean? It's easy when the person that you're working with is able to do the things that you're putting to paper. Now let me tell you, it is not easy sometimes, like coming off the top of your head trying to write something, because I've always felt as if when I go in there, I want to put my best foot forward, and a lot of the times I have been told that I write quickly, like I'll write within 30 minutes and I'll get it done quickly, which is how I wrote my song with Ari. It was 30 minutes to an hour, got in there at 3 a.m., did my job and left.
Wow.
But sometimes I can't hit the mark all the time because I'm human, and it's like I'm trying to remind myself that I did that once before. So it's like I gotta, you think that maybe you're not doing the right thing in this specific session, as opposed to the session that you had where you was like hitting the marks. And I just have to remind myself that they like the song regardless. So it's like it was a win is a win.
Right.
A win is a win at the end of the day, and I just got to stop beating myself up when it comes to that. But I'm learning that every session is different. I'm not going to always be. What's a basketball term that I could analogy that? I'm not going to always be LeBron. Did I do it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
LeBron,
I'm not going.
Kobe, Michael.
Right. I'm not gonna always be at my 100%, but I know that as long as I give what I was supposed to give, then I really do think that I'm a great writer. Like, I'll pat myself on the back. I believe God gave me a gift, so. It's not like any session that I go into and I don't feel like I do my best doesn't mean that I didn't do my best. So
as a writer, do you find it hard or easy when somebody presents you like with a reference track or something like that?
Easy.
Oh, okay. All
It's
right.
almost as if like the writer comes in with the beat too. It's like the producer's like, or the artist comes in with the idea already for the song that they want.
Sure.
It's like the producer ain't got to do much but bring it to life, and I
Right.
don't have to do much but finish the sentence. All I got to do is finish the thought. The thought was, the idea was there. They came up with that. That's their heart. All I got to do is perfect it, make it make sense, make it grammatically correct, make the story connect, and we got a song. I feel like that and I have been blessed to work with people who know how to curate a story, how to articulate a story, articulate what they want to convey within music. So I've been having a good time.
Sounds like it. Keep
Yeah.
that same energy too. Continue to have a good time, even when the times ain't that good.
Yeah,
Just be like,
yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna still have a good time. What are you excited about for like what's coming up next?
Putting out music now that, again, my frontal lobe has connected. Putting out music within this new era of myself. I feel like this story may change, but right now, I was in another interview and she asked me who I was making music for. I watch Tiny Desks and I watch how these artists are mirrors for their audience. They are mirrors for the people that listen to them. And Ari Lennox before she really, really got fit, the Shea Butter Baby song where she was like, is messing up my pillow, like here, that's a mirror for a specific type of black woman. Jasmine Sullivan, when she did her Tiny Desk, she's a mirror for a specific type of black woman, like finally being liberated with her album. I even listened to hers Tiny Desk, where she has a song called Don't Make Me Feel Away, and Feel Away reminds me that there are some people who they have the upper hand in the relationship as women, and sometimes women they don't have the upper hand sometimes to be able to say like, you're making me feel away, I got too much on my plate. And so she is a mirror for women who have that opportunity. I feel like my mirror is music for women who are just now realizing that they are worth it and beautiful. I feel like they are just, my mirror is, because I'm speaking for myself, I am happy that I'm putting out music that's going to be making folks feel good in the skin that they're in right now. Like I want somebody who looks like me with a gap, dark skin, 4C hair. I want them to feel that they are beautiful in the skin that they are in right now. It's been an emotional day, and I will not cry.
You can
Anyway.
cry. It's all right. It's all right. This is a safe space. Drop some tears.
I did my makeup too good. I can't do it. But no,
Just a little tear.
Just
You
a
can
little
let- You let it trickle down the side.
No, but I feel like I am making music for women who are just now feeling their beauty and just now stepping into it. Because I definitely feel that at 25, I'm doing my darn best. I'm happy to put on makeup. I'm happy to do my lashes. I'm happy to wear a crop top and maybe a skirt that hugs me a little bit tighter than usual. I'm happy to be 5'9" and wear heels and not be 5'9" anymore. You know what I mean? I'm happy to get a little taller, in heels. You know what I mean? Like I'm happy to speak for that. And I put that in my music, and I'm hoping that the way that it's healing me, it'll heal somebody else. Like this era for me is legitimately healing. I went to LA. The first time I went to LA to finish my album, to start finishing it, it was a different person. Me, like the songs that I was writing, I was allowing people to help me write. Lord, let me say something. It wasn't that I didn't want nobody to help me. It's just like, oh, well, that's all I had. Like, this is all I got to my name. Like, if I make the beat and I write it and I'm singing it, nobody can take that away from me. But I was allowing people to put their 2 cents in, and I was allowing them to help me further along this dream, because I feel like the only way that healing and all of this will be able to touch somebody is if I get somebody else's perspective in. I've been doing a whole bunch of stuff that is just not the regular Jalen, and I'm very thankful for that. So I'm ready for this music to come out. That is what I'm most excited about because I don't know what doors are going to be open and I don't know what God has in store for me. But I know that he's not putting me in a place. He wouldn't just sit me here for no reason. He wouldn't put me at this label for no reason. He wouldn't bring these people in my life for no reason. My mom is helping me. You know, my mom loves me to death. My best friend, you know, all these people that are in my life, God don't do that for no reason. I told myself I wasn't going to cry. God don't do that for no reason. So I'm thankful and I'm happy. I just want the music to be out because then I don't know what's going to happen next. I just want the music to be out. Whatever happens, happens. As long as the music's out.
Amen to that.
Amen to that.
Control the controllable and let God handle the rest.
Yeah.
I know that's right. And like I said, it's all right, but this is a safe space.
Yeah. Woo.
But nah, I love your energy. I love your perspective on life. You're wise beyond your years. You have a very old soul.
Ooh, don't make me snort.
I said it's a safe space. It's all right. Okay. We need to edit that out. That's fine.
Yeah. Woo.
We just gonna do some rapid fire questions to end this, and this is just so people get a better understanding of you outside the music. Okay, so your favorite movie of all time, if you could watch it over and over again.
Haunted Mansion, Eddie Murphy, Disney movie.
Wow. Okay. Yes. Favorite food.
Zucchini Alfredo pasta.
Favorite city to visit outside of your hometown.
I ain't been to too many places. Kissimmee, Florida, Disney World.
I like those spots, man. You're a big kid like me.
Yeah.
Okay. Sneakers, slides, heels, or Crocs?
Crocs.
Inside watching movies or outside with your girls?
Both.
If you had to pick one or the other.
If I had to pick one or the other.
It's a Saturday night.
It's a Saturday night.
The weather's nice outside.
Was I invited? Was I invited somewhere? Am I getting there free? Am I getting in free?
I mean, you're a woman, so yes. 9 out of 10 times you probably are.
Okay, so I'm technically having a free night.
You're having a free night.
Outside.
Okay, there it is. Well, listen, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for coming through. This has been a great conversation. You've inspired me. So
Thank you for having me. I'm very thankful for the opportunity.
And I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.